Okay, so as I promised, this is the second part, and this is kinda sort of a special video because I don't usually post on Thursdays, so this is an extra one because it's the second part and I already had some more videos, so I'm okay to post one more this week. We are starting by making a spread for fourth part because last time we ended up on eclipse. So yeah, I really enjoyed this part. The author really built the world in it. It really expanded and she added more and more characters and more interesting things about the vampires, which is really cool. Even though we are starting this book by a wedding, I don't feel like this book was necessarily a romance book. We have way more action and twists and turns than a romance. This isn't the main story now. I think it was a really great idea to make Bella pregnant in this part because it's really interesting. We don't usually know that vampires can have children. We know just they can bite. I don't think I ever heard history about a half vampire kid. Maybe I heard about the vampires only kids, but it was in a movie named Van Helsing and that's it. I can't even think about any other example, and I read and watched a lot of vampires movies and read a lot of books, so that's something new and I really enjoy it. It's really cool how she made her. Half of everything she grows, but she grows really fast. She's a beautiful like a vampire and also she can drink blood, but at the same time she enjoys normal regular food and she have a power. So I think maybe she have more vampire characteristics, but I still think she has some of the human stuff like food. Also, I think it's really realistic that they are all scared for this little kid. I mean, all they know that it's possible and she's growing really fast. They don't know what is going to happen next if she's just gonna grow and turn old in a couple of months. They keep on telling us it's a really rare thing, so if anybody knew what is going to happen, I would be pretty sad because that's not the point. They should be shocked like they are. They should be really stressed out and they should be looking for answers. I love how Rosalie turned out because from the first part I feel like she don't hate Bella. She hates her new life, and the worst thing is that she hates herself for hating this life because she loves Emmett, she loves all of them, but she would prefer to be in her own life when she was a human. So she's really lost, and I think in this part she actually found herself and found out the will and found out everything. It's also quite funny that Jacob imprinted on her. I don't know why, it's just funny to me. I know that should be lovely or I don't know, stressful or maybe like shocking. I don't know, for me it's kind of funny. The ending was really interesting when Volturi found out that they have a child that is kind of vampire because they can have vampire kids. It's against the law they made. So obviously when they found out that Cullen family, which they hate for most of the books, break the law, they thought that they have the one and only chance to just kill them because they have an opportunity now. Thankfully it all ended on a good note because Alice showed up and showed that they didn't break the law, that everything was fine, so everybody had to move on. The last book I've got here is called The Midnight Sun. It's actually the first part, but it's told from Edward's perspective. It was a lot longer than Bella's version, but I actually quite enjoy it. It was really lovely. I get to know a lot more than I did from her perspective. I had like only one problem, probably in the middle. There was like 150 pages where everything was just quite boring, so stopped reading it, but I'm glad I didn't because I loved the ending. It made me cry, like heavy sobbing, after which I had to go to my sister's room to cry to her because she was reading at the same time the same book, and she was asleep and I got pissed. I got really pissed and I went back to my room and cried more because I just couldn't handle it. It was just heartbreaking for me, all the feelings which I am so familiar with. I think not everybody gonna cry at the end, but I know those thoughts. I had them, I sometimes still having them, and it was just heartbreaking for me to see that other people can feel the same because I don't want anybody to feel this way. So that was just heartbreaking for me to read this. I was crying every sentence. But yeah, let's go for the beginning because throughout the book there was a lot of small details which I adored. The fact that we now know why Edward went to her at night, it's adorable. My heart just melted that he was just too scared to leave her. He was scared that, I don't know, anything can happen to her. He was scared about the spiders. He was scared about meteorites just dropping on her house. Really, it was mind-blowing, but at the same I could understand. He loved her and he didn't want to leave her. I was really happy to see how Alice's prediction works. They were really interesting and I enjoyed knowing how they look, that everything turns like in a stethoscope. That was really cool and I love every bit of it. The fact that she had just to keep herself from meeting Bella, which she already knew that they're gonna be best friends and she already felt like they are, that was amazing. And I was all the time happy because Alice is my favorite character in this book. I love her. If not Jasper, I would date her. Just give me her, I would date her. I'm totally fine with it. But let's go back to Bella and Edward. The fact that he kept this little cup with him all the time was really adorable for me. I am myself a very sentimental person, and every little thing that my girlfriend gave me, I kept because I just love to have her around me because she don't live near me. So I think it's really adorable and people should cherish more those little things. There was only one thing I was really upset about. It was Edward's constant bad thoughts about himself. He didn't like himself. He didn't like anything that was happening. And that's why in the middle I had some troubles to read because every page he was just crying about how bad he feels about himself. I understand that, I really relate to that, but it was just a bit too much, a bit too long because nothing really happened there. So yeah, that was quite not satisfying. At the end, I just want to share about my little theory that I saw a lot of people think about on TikTok. It's about the fact that Cullen family isn't really a vampire family, they actually are a dark fairies. And let me explain you really quick why I think so. First of all, those fairies can't go into the sunlight. They are shining like the Cullen family does. The second thing is they actually drink blood. Those fairies drink blood, so everything match up. They are known to be really beautiful. Everybody wants to date them, everybody wants to be near them. So third thing, match up, and everything seems really close. They also love to be near the nature. They love to live in the forest. And the last thing is obviously the powers. Those fairies usually have powers. Not all of them, but some of them does. And I think they are really similar. They are like Collins, and I still believe they are fairies, but they just don't know it yet. Oh shit, not my map spread. Shit, I'll cut it out. That's a shame. That's a shame. Oh yeah, just make one more. Once again, just let reverse page. Yeah, it's okay. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.